first thing you need to know is how to get on the board. Every skater is different, in which we all have our own preferences as to where we put our feet on the board. It does not necessarily matter what your dominant foot is. The key is balance, so it's really what feels more comfortable for you. Personally, I like to put my left foot on the front of the board and push off with my right foot.
On the other hand, however, I prefer to have my right foot on the back of the board and push off with my left. Personally, I find this the most comfortable, but at the end of the day, it's completely your preference, whether it's keeping your right foot in the back or the front, or your left foot in the back or front.
Since skating is all about balance, you don't want to lean too far to one side when getting on, or else you'll fall. You should only be placing your other foot on the board after you're already in motion. Then after that, make sure to have your back mostly flat and have your knees bent ever so slightly. Skateboards pick up speed from the manual force that your foot applies to the ground. So with my foot that's off the board, I want to push off the ground, place it on the board, and move it at a slight angle. This will help stabilize the weight of the board, allowing me to maintain my balance while in motion, as well as allow me to slightly rotate my foot back, getting rid of the angle, then pushing off the ground again to keep going.
So with the pennyboard, it's a little more challenging. They're a lot shorter and the wheels are quite thick. However, wheels like this make cruising a lot more smooth. Since I like to keep my right foot on the back of the board, I push off the ground with my left. And when I place it down on the front, I have to rotate my heel at an angle immediately.
Knowing how to stop the board is also very important, especially while going down an incline. The main way is to tap on the ground until there's no more momentum for your board to have.
Another way to stop is to place your foot on the ground and allow the friction to bring your board to a complete stop.
The trucks of the board are what connect the wheels to the screws. The looser they are, the more you will turn. So basically, in order to turn, you need to be in motion. Slightly twist your hips in the direction you want to go and add a little weight to either your heels or your toes, depending on where they're facing. And make sure to go a little slower when making the sharp turns.
And lastly, riding over cracks. When the cracks are small, you need to make sure to maintain the same speed. However, make sure you stay alert, because you may come into contact with cracks like this. So, when one comes into sight, make sure you tap the ground to slow down. Then once you pass it, you can continue skating. This also applies to dirt, pebbles, or anything that'll immediately bring you to a halt and kill your balance.